What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua and Kubrat Pulev. This is what Anthony Joshua messages to Pulev. He predicts the outcome of the Pulev fight. Kubrat Pulev, that's some name that you can't roll off your tongue. Kubrat Pulev. You got to say it with an accent. Kubrat Pulev. Anyway, he says that I will knock out Pulev inside 11 rounds. You know, now, he was on an interview with Kugan Cassius, and he stated that he will knock out Pulev in 11 rounds, but he didn't really sound so sure about it. I think he was like 11 rounds. You know what I mean? You know, but he was like doing it seemed to me he was doing the prediction on the fly. You know what I mean? Like you just have to, you know, someone asks you a quick question and then you're like, 11, 10, 11. But he said 11. So that's the word, 11. Now Tyson Fury said 2. Anthony Joshua saying 11. Now, in this interview, the body of it anyways, I'll leave the link below in the description so you guys can check it out. It's not long. It's under 5 minutes. But I think that Anthony Joshua, the way he was talking, he said, first of all, as far as styles, he said he's not going to fight Pulev the same way as he fought Andy Ruiz. Because he said when he fought Andy Ruiz in the rematch, he said that was a must-win. So he did everything right. He boxed smart. He didn't take any chances. He didn't make it a firefight. He didn't do the things that would have gave Andy Ruiz any chance of beating him or to catch him with that same type of punch that, you know, that kryptonited him in the first fight. But he said because of that, he's going to come in. He says he's going to come in with the same spirit and the same energy and determination, but he's going to come in with a different style. That tells me that this isn't the fight that he's going to fight with Andy Ruiz. But the one thing that did throw me off was round 11. If you were going in to attack like Anthony Joshua was known for, I don't see this fight going 11 rounds. Maybe he's putting in and he's adding and he's understanding the fact that Pulev came to the top level. He fought Klitschko and lost. But that doesn't mean anything, people. You know what I mean? Parker beat Ruiz. Joshua beat Parker. Ruiz beat Joshua in the first fight. So you can't bank on that if that's what it is going, if that's what's happening. Because we're looking at Joshua and fighting a guy that's 38 years of age. I don't think Pulev has time to mess around. He's not going to get another shot like this, just like Povetkin won't. You know what I mean? Those guys have had their shots, and it's really with the same people. Povetkin, Pulev now, they fought the common opponents. Anthony Joshua, Vladimir Klitschko. Okay? Who did Povetkin get beat by? Anthony Joshua, Vladimir Klitschko. He tied with Michael Hunter. Pulev got beat by Vladimir Klitschko. Will Anthony Joshua beat him? That remains to be seen. Okay? So let's take it for what it is. You have Anthony Joshua saying he's going to get the knockout. He's going for the knockout. Maybe I think that's the only difference. I think he's going to come in with an aggressive style, but a little bit of cautiousness. Because he knows I'm not invincible no more. He knows that I may not recover. This guy may bum rush me as soon as he does catch me with a good shot, and I react to it because I can't help it. I'm hurt, right? So that could be the case. So he knows. I think that's in the back of Anthony Joshua's mind. My honest opinion, that if he knows I can't afford to go in there on a mandatory note now, mind you. This is mandatory. This is not one of those situations where, well, hey, I can get this rematch clause. This wasn't an Andy Ruiz. This wasn't a voluntary. This is a mandatory. The rules are totally different, people. So for those who must know that don't know, if Anthony Joshua loses to Pulev, a rematch clause is not guaranteed. You think Papa Bob is going to man? We don't need a rematch. This is a damn mandatory. You know what I mean? Bob gets pissed at times, which he should. But anyway, that's true. It's a mandatory. So these mandatory fights are exactly what it is. He has to fight them or get stripped. And if he loses them all. He just doesn't lose the IBF. And a lot of people think that if you lose, if you fight a mandatory for a particular sanctioning body, you just fight for that belt. That's the only belt on the line. That's not true. Hades, no. That's not true. Okay? The thing is, Joshua has all those belts. He has all the kingdoms. He has almost all the infinity stones. If he loses one, he loses them all. When you sack the kingdom that he's at that particular place, and this time he's at the IBF kingdom. You bum rush the IBF kingdom and you sack the king, which is Anthony Joshua, boom, you got all of them. That's how it works, people. You know? So, I think the 11th round, he's going to try. By that time, Pulev, at his age, shouldn't be in shape enough, and he can go in for the kill. You know, I think he's going to come in a little, still slimmer. I think he's doing a lot of adjustments that he's learned, that he's had more energy. Now, he did supposed to have some type of medical condition that was causing him to get tired, but he got that fixed. We still don't really know what that is. So, you know, I don't want to make that a major factor until we know for sure what that is. You know, we have to qualify that first. But he did predict a knockout in the 11th round, which is exciting because you remember Anthony Joshua, he has a very high knockout percentage. In fact, before he lost, his knockout percentage, you know, given half the fights, was higher than Deontay Wilder's. And Deontay Wilder is the knockout artist, or, you know, he was. Or whatnot. I mean, I guess he still is. But, you know, for him to get back on a knockout streak is to really qualify him being back. You know what I mean? Being back in the scene instead of the new guy that had to make the total adjustments of style to win a fight on points. A lot of people hated on that. But then, you know, a lot of people didn't understand, and a lot of people questioned that he could even do that anyway. You know what I mean? So, it's weird. It's contradicting, I think, when people, you know, the more fans you have, you know, I think it has to be a percentage of those haters that just sitting there, you know, building up, you know what I mean? But anyway, you know, he predicts 11th round knockout of Kubrat Pulev. You guys tell me what you think about his comments and his prediction. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.